Pointers and offsets are crucial when it comes to game hacking. It allows us to easily define and find certain memory values inside of a memory region or class. I'll be explaining what pointers are and how they work, along with offsets and how they are commonly used. Pointers are pieces of memory that point to another piece or section of memory, usually in the form of a base address. These are called pointer addresses and contain a pointer/redirect to another memory section or address. Say we wanted to assign 0x04 as a pointer/redirect to 0x02. Of course you can't do this in a cheat, but I will explain it here. We can define 0x04 with a dword pointer to 0x02. I'm saying dword pointer as so those who code in C++ will understand better, but either way it is a pointer. After assigning 0x04 to 0x02, anytime we call 0x04, it will return us the value of 0x02, exactly what we want. That is pretty much how pointers work in a simple form. They are just memory addresses that point/redirect to another memory address or region in memory. Offsets are also quite simple. An offset is an index, usually of 0x integer, that can be applied to the base address to either go up in memory or down in memory, depending on if it's added or subtracted. To explain this, say we wanted to go from 0x04 to 0x02 using an offset. We would just subtract 0x04 by 0x02, and by this I mean 0x02 as in 0x and 02, not the memory address itself. The syntax for this would be 0x04 as in the base address minus 0x02. That would equal 0x02. When applying this in your game hack, when you try calling 0x04 using 0x02 when you're subtracting, usually you'd use this in a variable class, like such in CSGO cheats with local player when they combine client with DW local player or module base. When you would do this and you would define it in a variable, it would give you the address of 0x02 when you would add both of these if you put in a variable. But if you were to call 0x04 with minus 0x02 with that offset, it would give you the return value of 0x02. So the best way I can explain how these offsets would be used is, say you're creating a glow hack for the enemy team and you need the team's health, or you need their location, or you just need their handle, so you can make them glow, get their health or whatever. Usually in the enemy team, each player is going to have their own player class, and when you're looping through 32 of those players, you can't get each one of those base addresses for each player, since they're usually always dynamic. So now, say you're looping through all the players and you need to get each one of those classes. Usually you would have the enemy team base address or whatever it is, and then you would offset it by whatever the number or offset may be for each player. That could be like 1, 2, I know in CSGO it's up to 32, but when you're looping through those and you need the player's health or armor or score, you usually need an offset because the base addresses are going to be dynamic for each one of those player classes. So what you would do is you would offset it by whatever the team base address is to get each one of those player classes, and then you use an offset from that player class to get the enemy class health, and then you could just return that back. That's like the best example of a offset and how it could be used, because sometimes when you're handling multiple objects or you're handling multiple dynamically made classes, you're not going to be able to statically get each one of those base addresses, and that's very known with every online game. That pretty much sums up the video. I hope you all learned something from it, and have a good day.